Over 60 bird species regularly breed in Richmond Park, but that number is more than doubled by visiting migrants who either shelter here for the winter or come to breed, or there are also other uncommon sightings. And spring in the park sees marvellous migrating birds pouring in from Europe and Africa. Many of the earliest arrivals are warblers, such as the chiffchaff. Although some are now resident, most journey here from southern Europe and western Africa. From March and April they sing out their own name, chiffchaff, chiffchaff, from the tops of trees and from bushes. Journeying from south of the Sahara Desert, common whitethroat populations have recovered since devastating crashes in the late 1960s and mid-1980s. Their white throats and pretty song make the common whitethroat easily recognisable. Sadly, the virtuoso nightingale is no longer heard in the park, but the distinctive male blackcap, serenading females from treetops, is known to many as the nightingale of the north. Unlike the native kestrel, regularly spotted hovering for ground prey in Richmond Park, the hobby arrives from tropical Africa from April. Its favourite food is small birds and bats, or, in high summer, juicy dragonflies or beetles which it hunts and eats on the wing. Another beautiful African migrant, the wheatear, is easy to distinguish by its trademark white rump, which gives a clue to the origins and meaning of its rather rude name, white arse. Wheatears are usually seen in wild, rugged environments, but drop into the park en route to and from their breeding grounds. A rarer visitor in the park, the whin-chat, is another bird more usually seen in rocky hills and mountains. It is similar in appearance to the female of its chat cousin, the stone-chat. Some of our most loved migrants are the hirundine family, swallows, house and sand martins, heralding summer's arrival. With their red throats and pale bodies, swallows have been pouring over our shores since early April, diving over grasslands and trees to feed on flying insects, and they're very adept in urban environments using handy perches. A close relative of swallows, smaller sand martins, need exposed sand or earth banks to create nest holes. We're particularly lucky in Richmond Park to have an artificial sand martin bank where they can nest safely. In May, our skies welcome dark brown screaming swifts, their anchor-shaped wings scything through the air at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, and they can stay in the air without ever touching the ground for 10 months. Their joyous screams truly are the sound of summer. A bird similar in its acrobatic skills to the high-flying hirundines is the common tern. In fact, it's sometimes nicknamed the swallow of the sea, so its presence in the park is very special, and this is encouraged by providing specially constructed nesting ramps. Our final marvellous passage migrant and rare park visitor is another water bird. The common sandpiper is widely seen in lakes and lochs in northern England and Scotland. Maybe it comes to Richmond Park for the sunshine. Among the park's resident birds, perhaps the most frequently seen is the strutting, jaunty jackdaw, some 12 centimetres smaller than its larger cousin, the carrion crow, also seen here. The glossy silver-grey headed jackdaw often nests in tree holes in the park. The park's grasslands are home to small rodents, and these small birds and insects are essential food for visiting and resident raptors. An inspiring, exciting sight in the park is a keen-eyed kestrel. This hovering hunter is said to be able to spot a beetle from 50 metres, but its preferred diet is voles. They also like to perch on trees and fences, seeking out their prey. The common buzzard is over 20 centimetres larger than the kestrel. Once confined to wilder or agricultural areas, but now the UK's most frequently seen bird of prey, it's thrilling to see small numbers gliding and soaring over Richmond Park, even dropping into or rising out of an enclosed plantation. Larger still is the magnificent red kite. On the verge of extinction in the UK, in 1989 the RSPB started a highly successful reintroduction campaign, and this distinctive raptor, with its reddish-brown body, angled wings, deeply forked tail and a wingspan of up to nearly 2 metres, can now be seen gliding gracefully over Richmond Park and even the surrounding suburbs. By contrast, the little owl suffered a recent 25% population decline nationally, but Richmond Park is a relative stronghold. Introduced to the UK in the mid-19th century, it is the country's smallest owl, and unlike the larger tawny owl, is regularly seen in daytime, often at dusk or dawn. Besides providing nesting sites for larger birds, the park's trees are also home to many smaller birds. The tiny tree creeper is a true gymnast, exploring branches and bark from every angle, seeking out spiders and insects with its beautifully designed curved beak. Rounder, stockier and slightly larger, the nuthatch is also perfectly at home among Richmond Park's bigger and older trees, and its distinctive undulating whistling call can be heard among the trees throughout spring. Like the tree creeper, it usually can be seen exploring the higher canopy for insects, but from autumn it scouts the woodland carpet for acorns, beech mast and other nuts. Although dependent on tree holes for nesting, the UK's largest woodpecker, the green woodpecker, actually hunts for much of the time on the ground. Its favourite food is yellow meadow ants, which live in Richmond Park's distinctive but fragile ant hills. The wonderful green woodpecker, with its bold red head and laughing call, is regarded by many as the park's favourite bird. Its smaller black, white and red cousin, the greater spotted woodpecker, can also be heard drumming in the park. Small birds can often be seen in the park's bracken and thorn bushes. With its dark body, black head, white throat band and red breast, perhaps the most distinctive is the male stonechat. Its sharp call, like two stones lightly hit together, is often another clue to its name. Chap chap, chap chap. Another Richmond Park favourite, found mostly around the pen ponds, is the reed bunting. Relying on damp habitats, it has suffered a recent population decline of over 30%, so it's a special treat to see this handsome bird with its black head and white throat band in the park. The pen ponds see numerous gulls, geese, ducks and other water birds. One of the most frequently seen is the tufted duck, which sees numbers increase in the park during winter, but many breed in the UK. With its ponytail style tuft and white sides, the males are highly distinctive, while females sport a brown side panel. Many clips used in this film were kindly supplied by the RSPB. The bird protection charity was founded by women back in the 1890s, campaigning against the persecution of hundreds of thousands of birds killed for their feathers used in hats. The beautiful great-crested grebe was hunted almost to extinction, and but for the action of these early conservationists, we would be deprived of their graceful courtship ritual, beautifully captured here. A special thank you to the RSPB for their support of this film, and especially to the many marvellous bird species that enrich Richmond Park's wildlife. But all the birds' sensitive habitats need respect and careful protection. Please remember to give all wildlife space, keep dogs on leads, stick to main footpaths, and always tread lightly in Richmond Park.